guys! I'm Cassie, this is Ted. Oh, wait.
Hi, everyone!
No, count us down. Count us down from 100.
No. You were doing the intro.
Hey everyone, I'm Ted. This is Cassie. I'm not totally sure why I'm here yet. I don't know anything about makeup, lip gloss, or other makeups. Anyway, she's my girlfriend and asked me to be on this, and I think you guys had questions for us. Is that true?
That's true. We asked on Instagram if you guys had any questions for us, and so we have a bunch of them, and we're going to go through them.
We're going to go through them all?
Yep.
Every single one?
Well, a lot of them are the same. And
I apologize in advance if I'm not as funny as she is.
Whatever. Where did we meet?
Well, Facebook
Yeah.
is how, right?
Yeah.
She Facebook messaged me, guys.
So how it happened was, he had shown up on my suggested friend request for a few weeks, and I'd like click on it, and then I'd be like, oh, he's really cute, and then I would like go on with my day. Then it would come up again and again and again. So finally, like after, I don't know, a couple weeks of that, I finally friend requested him. And then what, a couple days later, I think I messaged you and asked if you wanted to go out to coffee. And then the next day we met for coffee.
We went out to coffee. We stayed there until they kicked us out. So obviously there was a connection. We
Just a
hit it
little bit.
off. And then, we split up and like went about our days. And then later that night, we went on a walk at this pedestrian bridge in town. And
Pedestrian, you could say Sundial Bridge.
the Sundial Bridge. Do
Yeah.
the people know what the Sundial Bridge is?
I mean, I post about it a lot on Instagram.
Okay, so there's this cool bridge called the Sundial Bridge. We walked on it and chatted until
Like 12:30 or
yeah,
something.
like late into the night. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, and the rest is history? Is that how they say?
I suppose.
This is how they say.
So yeah, that is how and where we met. Basically, I saw him on Facebook, friend request him. I didn't know who he was, but we had a ton of mutual friends. No, we did not. We had like 10 mutual friends. And all of the people that were mutual friends, were like super awesome people. So I figured if we were mutual friends with super awesome people, he probably was pretty great. And I was right, so.
And I've been trying to prove her wrong ever since.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Does he love Jesus and his mama?
Yes to the first, yes to the second. Should I elaborate?
Sure.
My mom's fantastic. I grown up Christian. So I very much love the Lord.
All right. What is his 5-year plan? No pressure there. I adore you so much, Cassie. Thank you.
I love Reading. I have no plans on leaving Reading, so just continue to get more established here. I, for the record, moved here like 4 years ago. I run a nonprofit called ARK Project Now. It's ARK, stands for Acts of Random Kindness. ARKProjectNow.com. Check it out if you want to.
It'll be linked in the description box below.
Basically, we do acts of random kindness all around the country, big and small, and we kind of partner with the idea of paying it forward. And so we just ask that when anybody does an act of random kindness and has one done to them, that they would, continue to pay it forward and impact tons and tons of people. There's so much power in kindness, right? And it sends off a ripple effect. And anyway, it's impacted my life, and so I started the nonprofit with some really close friends of mine, Alex, Dalton, my brother, and our friends all came together, and we're doing something really cool. So there's videos on our website and stuff. You can find out all about it. But anyway, so pushing that on forward for the next 5 years, and just continuing to grow and ready. So.
Okay. What kind of different aspects do you love about each other?
She likes a lot of coffee.
Do you love that about me?
Do I love that? Yeah. Well, I love a lot of coffee, so it works.
I love that he loves to do my dishes when he comes over. I hate doing dishes. It's my least favorite thing. And every time, and we cook together a lot. So when he comes over, he helps cook. And most of the time he does the dishes, which I really love that.
I'm like pretty OCD. So like, I'm the guy who dries out the sink after I'm done doing the dishes. Everything has to have
it's like white.
Perfectly in its place. It's weird. So anyway, if that's not done, I just get anxiety, so I have to make it happen.
Yeah, so
but
I love
she likes it, so.
Yeah, because I don't like doing dishes. And I love that he's like very organized and likes me to be organized, so it makes me want to be more organized with like my house, closet stuff, and garage.
Your closet. We're not gonna go there.
We won't.
What else do I love about Kassie? I'll tell you the first thing I noticed about Kassie. One, she's just an incredibly confident woman, and I love that about her. It's always impressed me and stood out to me. Like, she messaged me on Facebook, like, how many girls are willing to do that? Like, there was no other way we were gonna meet. She was just like, hey, I'm gonna make this happen. And that absolutely impressed me. And the way she is with Ethan, you guys know, and like have seen her whole story. So it's, you know, it's one of the things I absolutely love about her. So.
Things that I love about Ted that you guys probably have already read on Instagram.
I did introduce myself, right?
You did.
I started it
You
off.
did. You started.
Okay.
Is he is very respectful and honoring the women. He's just very like, I don't know. From the get-go, was just very respectful and kind and really pursued me, which I think is really important in dating, is like feeling like someone's pursuing your heart versus pursuing like your body, which is very not common nowadays, I think, in dating. And so I really like that. Obviously, he's really amazing with Ethan, which is a huge thing. Anyone who has kids, and if you're a single mom, you'll get it. But yeah, he pursues Ethan, which I appreciate, and yeah, you're just really great with him. So
Thanks.
I adore so many things about you.
Well, I'll add something fun. She's super funny, and that's, oh man, you know, I'm about to say something a little controversial to a group of most likely women. Not all girls are super funny. I'm not saying you're one of them, but she is one of them, and she likes puns. I think it's partly because you're a mother and you like easy jokes, but they're hysterical. At least I find them funny. So we get along. We have a lot of fun.
I also find them funny.
She definitely finds them funny. What's the like most recent one? I can't even remember.
Oh no, I tell a lot of them.
Yeah, there's
a lot. It's like
knock
a
knock
multiple
jokes.
day occurrence. Okay, my knock knock jokes really need help. It's just like my everyday like witty puns, I think.
Yeah,
that are,
no,
like,
it's
my
like
shining stars.
on a scale of knock knock jokes to Cards Against Humanity. We land somewhere in there. I don't
More
know.
towards Cards Against Humanity, probably. Okay, next one. How long have you guys been together? We're going on 3 months of knowing each other from our first date and 2 months of like officially dating. So we went on our first date September 22nd,
Yes.
and then we became like official October 21st. So
This is true.
yeah. So it hasn't been very
Babe,
long.
you remembered all the dates. I'm so impressed.
I know, I'm really good at dates. What is your favorite activity to do together? You can start with this one if you want.
Okay, so I'm a person that loves going on drives, so we do a lot of that. And like in Northern California, there's just a lot to see and do. So there's like waterfalls all around. There's like national parks like Mount Shasta and Lassen.
Lawson.
Okay. And like the Sundell Bridge, all those kind of places. Like Whiskey Town, we'll go out there. We'll like go for drives. Like we said before, we get a lot of coffee.
Stargazing.
Yeah, we'll go stargazing is super good out here because there's like no like light pollution hardly.
Cooking
and
dinner together.
We do a lot of that.
Watching our shows.
Shout out to the Blacklist. Anyhow.
And the Prophet. I'm liking the Prophet and
Prophet.
Suits.
Suits is the
I'm
best.
trying to get him into Scandal.
If you do not watch Suits, watch Suits and just watch one episode. The first
It's really
episode.
good.
If you're not hooked, you get a refund on this video.
What does he do for a living? Which you answered.
I
Does
did
he live
answer
in
that.
Reading? You answered that. What
I do
does
live in
Ethan
Reading.
think of him? Well, Ethan adores him. You guys have seen Ethan on
Aw.
Instagram, and Ethan is just such a happy little guy. And so I'll address this kind of next question because I know a few people asked this, as well as I've had it asked on a few other Instagram posts. Was how did we introduce like Ethan, or how did I introduce Ethan to Ted, and how did that situation work? Well, obviously I'm super protective of Ethan, and so Ted was also very protective of Ethan and Ethan's heart and all of that. So
Still am.
still am. But what we chose to do, or like what we talked about and sounded like a good plan for us, was to start doing like a group thing. So it was like less pressure on Ted. It wasn't like this awkward thing for Ethan. And it just kind of took the pressure off of being like, oh, hey, this is my boyfriend and this is my son, by doing a group thing, which I think worked out really well because there was other kids, there was other adults. It was less like, I don't know, it didn't make it just feel like instant family mode. It kind of like made it just a little bit more natural, I think.
Sure, yeah, there's just, you get much more natural interactions instead of forced interactions.
Totally, yeah. And so that's kind of how we did it. And then obviously as our relationship has grown, Ted and Ethan's involvement kind of has grown. And advice to anybody kind of going through a similar situation, if you want to be super protective of your kid's heart and kind of whoever it is you're dating, one, make sure that there's somebody that you want in your child's life. I've always been like really anti-introduce your son to every single person you go on a date with, and I think it's unhealthy for your kids. So to me, it's like, if that person is someone you see sticking in your life long term, then I think it's safe to do that. And then maybe try group things, because I think that seemed to work out really well and seemed like less pressure and less forced. So that's just my advice of what has seemed to work for us. Okay, how old is he? Age difference between you two, and are you moving in together? So no, we're not moving in together. We're both kind of like on the same page of like not living together unless you're married. So that's kind of like, if that happens, then that's when we'd move in together. But as of right now, no, we don't live together. And and
Age
what is the age difference between you
like
two?
4 months.
Multiply that by like 20.
We want to break the news to them.
I don't know.
I'm 22 years old.
He just turns 22. He's like barely 22.
And you're...
Almost 29 in March. So there's a bit
There's
of
your
an
age difference.
There's a bit
6
of an
years.
age difference. Yeah, like 6.5 years. Which,
Well, 6 3/4.
sure. Which, honestly, like, in most cases probably would be weird for me, being as I'm always used to being like the young baby in the group of everybody. But, I don't know, I've never felt like you were a typical like 21, 22-year-old. Or maybe I was just super immature, I don't know. One of the two.
Probably a combination of both.
Probably. Oh, how often do you guys get Dutch Bros together? Every day. Maybe
No,
sometimes
Kassie
twice a day.
gets Dutch Bros
I get
constantly.
it every day. You get Starbucks.
2 to 3 times a day. She does.
No,
No.
1 to 2 times a day.
1 to 3.
I don't always get 3 times. Sometimes, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks I get 3.
Okay.
Mostly twice.
I like Starbucks more than Dutch Bros.
Yeah. So we go to Dutch Bros and then we go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do both. Have you drank any eggnog lately? No, because
I
eggnog is the most
despise
nasty thing
eggnog.
ever. And what do you use on your brows, babe?
I don't know what that means.
He doesn't do anything to his brows, they're all natural. What is your favorite thing about him, and what is his favorite thing about you? I think we kind of answered that earlier.
Yeah, I think so.
But one thing I didn't add about my favorite thing about him is he's ridiculously handsome.
And she's stunningly beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. 5 words to describe your relationship. Now, we read this yesterday and we were like trying to be serious and come up with 5 words to describe our
5
relationship.
words.
So we're each going to come up with 5.
Do you have, well, really, 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 really good?
Yeah, that
Does that count? For the record, I have mine written out already, so even if she says I copied her, I didn't.
Okay, so I would say the first thing about our relationship is it's really fun. Because that was my word yesterday that I said. I came up with fun yesterday.
Number 1 on my list is fun.
Is it really?
Well, I
What's
think
your-
my first one is sweet.
Oh, it is sweet.
Just like, there's a difference between fun and sweet, y'all.
There
I
is.
said y'all.
You did just say y'all.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I'll say sweet first.
Okay.
What's your second one?
So fun, because we have a lot of fun together. Like, we're always laughing. We never really take things too seriously, often. Very much.
Oh, I'm gonna change. Instead of fun,
No, I said fun. And
I
then
know.
you say sweet.
I said sweet.
Now, why did you say sweet?
why did, oh, is it a tell? Why?
Yeah.
I'm fighting back so many sarcastic comments, which is why I was gonna change one of my words, because we're both sarcastic people.
Totally.
There's
Smart
a lot of
ass.
sarcasm, exactly, in our relationship, which is in my mind, a way of fun.
It's
It contributes to the
totally
fun, and it's one of my love languages, I think.
Totally. Well, and there's like a fine line between being sarcastic and kind of being an a-hole, and we take it to the line sometimes. But
we dance on it all the time.
we do. We dance on the line, but that we're more sweet to each other than we are sarcastic. So I think there needs to be that healthy,
Oh
balance.
yeah. Jeez.
So
if you're a jerk, then you're not being sarcastic.
Totally. You're just being an a-hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun, sweet, sarcastic. My other word. You wrote yours down. I should have wrote mine down. I would say passionate would be one of my words which is what I said yesterday. Because I feel like there has been like a lot of feelings that have like developed really quickly, but I think that we have a lot of like very like passionate, like real like moments together.
Yeah.
It's like we have a lot of fun, but also there's like times where it's very like, I don't want to say sweet passionate, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sweet passionate.
Passionate. Do you know what I mean? Does that sound stupid? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
She's kind of like a hopeless romantic, so like she's gonna say things like passionate.
I know.
Passionate.
Passionate.
So my other ones are relationship is very like loving or very kind to one another. I said fun and sweet already, and then I was gonna add supportive. I think we support one another's dreams and like things we love. Well, we go out of our way to do those kind of activities with one another, and then I was gonna say relaxing, because it's easy to be around one another.
Yeah. And I was gonna say easy is one of them, because I think from the get-go, like we've definitely had some like really intense conversations before, but I think 90% of our relationship has been just very easy, like effortless. It hasn't been like stressful, confusing. I think we always know how one another is feeling and where we're at, and it's never like this big question mark. It's just super easy. Okay, how quickly did you realize what we already know, which is that Kassie is amazing?
Aw, you guys love her so much. So the first time, I would say, actually, I realized that probably within the first day of us meeting. Like, just so many standout things, which we've already talked about. Like, it's just the beginning and starting to realize those things, and the time we spent together getting coffee, and then like later that night we just stayed up talking. I was like, man, this girl's really, really amazing. And so, yeah, that's pretty, I think I realized it pretty quick.
Oh, sweetie. I thought of another word to describe our relationship. We have a ton in common. So, like, that was one thing.
One or two things.
Shut up. Like, the first night that we met, like, I just remember we were, like, talking about Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake, like, being best friends and how we, like, loved that. And then...
The mug thing? Have you guys seen the mug thing?
Yeah, the mug thing. And then...
if you haven't.
Like, talking about, like, music and TV shows and movies and just a lot of stuff that we had in common. And we both hate sushi, which I think is amazing. So,
I can handle, like, one avocado roll. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's not even
California
sushi.
avocado roll.
But, yeah, so we have a wall at his place. No, this is my office.
This is the studio.
Studio office. And...
You're going to love watching this back.
Okay, the next one. What is your favorite makeup look on me?
Oh, jeez.
So do you like...
I'm just going to go.
I'm just going to leave. So do you like... dramatic eyes? Do you like when I do like this kind of natural, like this is probably a standard eye look for me?
Yeah,
and then
totally.
like nude lips, or do you like dark lips, or do you like...
Yes.
No, you're supposed to pick one.
I love those things. Yeah, well, totally like...
usually don't like dark lips, dark bold lips. Wait.
Super dark lips just throw off a punk vibe for me, and that's not my style. Luckily, it's not her style.
I don't think that... Do I look punk when I wear them?
This looks fantastic. The things let me tell you this, the things I usually notice most, and
Positively?
we're on a makeup channel right now, like, when you do colors on your eyelids and
like
colors
that?
on your lips.
Do you like that or don't like that? Or you just notice
I mean,
it?
like, those are the things that are most easily noticeable. Things I like most, that's harder to say. You do a fantastic job with your makeup, babe.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
I'm sure that's terrible feedback.
Each other's annoying habits. Well, his annoying habit is him chewing his nails. That's really the only thing that has ever kind of annoyed me. But
She also loves when I chew ice.
I just hate when anyone chews ice, and you don't do it very often. Because our first or second date, I think I was like, yeah, chewing ice drives me crazy. And then I think he's only done it maybe once.
Babe, you have no annoying habits.
He's lying. What really is an annoying habit?
The dishes thing. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, the dishes. But I rarely ever, I do, and the closet. Yeah. I spent hours cleaning my closet. I'm working on getting better because I know that those things give him like a little bit of anxiety even if he doesn't admit it. And I'm trying to get better because if I ever want him to marry me, I probably need to have a clean closet.
I'm trying to think of any other annoying habits. The list is so short. Let's go to the next question.
What do you like about me most, and what attracted you to me?
She's a fantastic girl. Who wouldn't be attracted to her?
Oh, thanks, babe. Any advice for single girls on being more proactive, taking more initiative to find a partner? Yeah. I have always been like a firm believer in if you want something, going and getting it. And it may be like, I've never considered myself like a feminist, but I also like, I'm not going to sit around and wait. If I see a handsome gentleman that I would like to have coffee with, I'm not going to just like wait and see if maybe someday the stars align and it happens. So, yeah, I mean, I'm all for being bold. What's the worst that can happen is they say no or they don't respond. And if that's the case, then cool, go on with your day. And that was kind of how I approached this, was I thought he was really attractive. And I did some like Facebook stalking for a while. And then sat down with my friend Jordan at coffee and I'm like, should I just message him and ask him to coffee? And she's like, yeah, do it. I'm like, yeah, worst case scenario is he reads my message and doesn't respond or he says no. And yeah, and then it ended up being like one of the best decisions I've ever made. So,
Aww.
Yeah.
From a guy's perspective, I think girls are often intimidated to do that stuff. And I think that's not necessarily inappropriate. However, like, it didn't feel weird when you like messaged me. Like there was no other way we were gonna interact. Like that was perfectly appropriate and like it wasn't high pressure.
It just said, hey, I noticed we had a bunch of mutual friends in common. I was wondering if you'd like to get coffee sometime.
And that's all coffee is. It's just getting together sometime.
It wasn't like, hey, you're hot, take me to dinner and let's see where this goes. It was like very casual. And yeah, and then it felt really natural when we met. I don't think it ever felt like awkward, considering we were two complete strangers meeting for coffee. I didn't feel awkward. And
on the flip side, fellas, you need to buck up.
Yeah.
If you like a girl, go ask her out.
Totally. I don't know if any guys are going to be watching this, but maybe
that's
some of your
true.
friends
Maybe
watch
I'm preaching to the wrong audience here.
What's a date night activity for you two, and where do you go? What do you like to do together? Well, on the nights that we have Ethan, or that I have Ethan, we usually just go. We cook dinner together. Yeah, we cook dinner and we eat dinner, and then put Ethan to bed, and then we just kind of hang out and watch our
whatever shows on that night.
Yeah.
She watches a lot of shows, guys. There's like one for every night of the week at least.
There totally is, except for TGI Thursday, but everything
like
is
10
like,
shows.
There is like 10 shows, but they're all like on Christmas break right now. So that's kind of what we do when we have Ethan. Otherwise, like sometimes if it's like a Friday or Saturday night, we'll take Ethan to a movie or like go to Kobe's for dinner or try to like
go out
switch
to
it up.
dinner.
Like we cook
what
a lot.
Mega Star thing? That was that like big
we
party.
went to like a little fundraiser thing so we could get dressed up. And then when I don't have Ethan, our nights are kind of booked most of them. Sundays we could go do something. Mondays we have plans with friends that we do every Monday. Tuesday we go to church. So yeah, I mean,
we keep our lives busy. We're usually like we're pretty social people.
Yeah. And then when we're not social are usually the days that we're like sitting at home having TV time.
Movie marathons.
Yeah. Oh, have you said the L word yet? Well, we've said that we like each other. That's
what L
an
word?
L word? But if you're talking about the word, no, it hasn't happened yet. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years as in your relationship? Well, obviously, if in 5 years we're together, we would most likely...
If we're together in 5 years,
we would be married, and there would probably be additional children involved. So, if that were the case in 5 years, then that's probably where we'd be.
Yeah. Things are going great. There's no reason for us to believe it would end. Thanks for asking me all these questions.
Well, thank you, Theodore, for being here.
Theodore.
And
Oh no.
thanks, Theodore. Well, thanks, babe.
Am I?
Yeah.
Also, for the record, this is really bright. So if I was squinting for like the whole thing, I apologize.
Well, thank you so much for answering all these questions
You are welcome.
and being grilled by my subscribers.
Yeah.
And viewers.
You know, I need to. I wish I was funnier.
Babe, you're very funny. I think you're so funny.
Thanks.
You're so funny, babe.
Let me know if I'm funny in the comments below.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Bye.